Hey all, welcome back. We must have been using GitLab, GitHub, Bitbucket, AWS Code Commit. Many popular Git servers are there. We must have been using all those either directly or indirectly for all our work which we collaborate with others. This session is going to talk about what is Git all about. Followed by that, I am going to give you a very clear demo step by step, which will enable you to understand how somebody can start using Git easily. This is very interesting and I made it easy, I believe. I need your feedback at the end of the session. The agenda is very simple. What is version control system? Why do we need VCS? What is Git? The most common commands and a complete demo. I've used the most frequent commands and I have made a clear demo as well, which will be another session. So you will understand the complete spectrum of what is Git with the demo and I'm sure you will like it. What is version control? Simple, it is also called as source control. It is the practice or a method of tracking and managing changes to the software code. When you write software, not in the first version you get everything right. We keep changing, we keep updating. There could be errors, there could be warnings, and multiple versions come over there. So we need to have a practice of tracking and managing the changes to the software code. Version control systems are the software tools that help software teams to manage changes to the source code over time. The projects are really long duration projects, multiple changes happen, multiple people work together, and it's very important to track all of them, and version control helps you in doing that. This also keeps track of every modification to the code from the smallest to the largest. It doesn't matter, it will be tracked. And if a mistake is made, developer can turn back and they can compare the earlier versions of the checked in code and they can even revert. This will cause no disruption or very minimal disruption in the regular workflow. And sharing and working becomes much more easier when you go ahead with version control. Easy modification, reverting errors, working as a team, backup. These are all the four dimensions of the version control system and you cannot avoid it. This is something amazing. Let's use it in a nice way and Git is one of them. Well, there are two approaches to it. One is central server and another one is a remote server based. The first one is going to be like you have the files multiple people are working on and you do not have a copy of the file with you. It goes on to the central server. But the distributed approach is like the central server, the remote server is there, but each of these users will have a repo, the copy of those files, and they can start working on it. And finally, after changes are made, after everything is made, it can go on to the remote server. And Git is one such approach. I will have a copy, you will have a copy, your friend will have a copy if we three are working on the same project and we can keep working on and then we can merge it all together and it can go to the remote server as and when required. This is very simple and powerful. We are going to learn Git and it's interesting. Why do we have to learn it? Why do you have to use it? It's free, open source, and this is easy to use. The emphasis is fully on the speed and the data integrity. This is very powerful and very easy to merge. Maybe you need few minutes of practice and you will get accustomed to the commands. Losing your project will be real hard thing. Only if you're trying really hard, you can lose the content. It's not real easy to go ahead and lose the code that you have typed. So it's going to be safe. There is a directory structure that you need to understand, which I will show in the demo. So it starts with .git, .git. It will normally be a hidden directory. If you are going with Windows, you will be seeing that. I'll show that in the demo. You can visualize that as well once you enable the view option. It has got a head followed by that config, description, index, logs, hooks, refs. Head is nothing but a pointer to the current branch. Config contains all the configuration preferences. The description of the project goes into description. Index is used as a staging area between the working directory and repo. There is a very important thing called as staging, which you will understand when I show the demo. Logs keep record of all the changes. We are making multiple changes and that's tracked by the logs. Shell scripts that are invoked after executing a command is called as hooks. And refs, refs hold the local branch, remote branch, and tags very clearly. I'll show you all this in the demo. You'll be able to see that. And commands, what are the very important commands that you are supposed to know? For configuration, yes, you have to configure the username, user email ID, and it can be done with git config -- global user.name. First name, last name you can give. Similarly, you can give the user's email address and you can check if you have given the right username, if you have configured it right by using the command git config hyphen hyphen global just username. You do not have to give the username and the first name and the last name. If you just enter the command as user.name, you'll be able to see what's the username that you have given. And you can go ahead with these configuration commands, and I have taken these commands to elaborate how we are going to connect your local Git with the GitHub, and we need those details for sure. And you can start a repository. You can initialize the process with Git init. You can know the status, which files are to be checked in, which files are changed with the git status command. We've got git add command. We've got git rm remove command. We've got reset command, and importantly, commit is a very important process. Commit is a very important command. You can commit your file using git space commit hyphen m with the command. The command can say that this is the first commit, this is the second commit, this is the third commit, something like that. You can reset, you can go ahead with pulling and pushing, clone, all these are options available. I'm going to show you all these. I'll also copy paste all these commands into the description section so that you'll be able to see it. And it's time for us to go with the demo. It's very interesting and easy. Follow it up. I have taken it step by step. You will be able to understand it with ease. Thank you very much for following my channel. If you like the channel, the content, kindly subscribe. Thank you.